we had 13 Voices because we know the composer very well, Brian Irvine. He's worked with us before. We know the ensemble, part of the ensemble that were playing Red Note are our associate ensemble. We know them very well, and they came to us and said, listen, we've got this project. We're applying for funding for it. Would you like to be a partner?
Clap, laugh, throw things, dance, and sing along in any given part of this. I thank Fiona from Sound for having us and for the fantastic food, as I'm sure you've enjoyed. So we'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, we didn't really know what it was going to be like on the night, and it was just the most amazing, sort of intense, noise-filled experience. Then this mad thing, we didn't, quite often in new music you don't know what something's going to sound like, and especially with Brian, because his output's very diverse, it can be very different from one piece to another. So you have to trust, and you have to go, right, we like Brian Irvine, we like Red Note, fine, we'll just go with it. And until it was a great piece, until the day we had no idea really, we just had, it was this mad, eclectic mix of music with a singer.
At the heart of the whole project is this notion of combining extremes, you know, so things that are very fixed against things that are very free. I suppose what we were interested in doing was creating like a world where the world is about devices and all the things that are going on.
I think as well also, I think there's some composers that write music and they want it to be timeless and sort of not linked to any time and place, and that you could, 100 years from now, you could still appreciate it. And I think Brian and I are very interested in the world that we live in right now, and we want to sort of crack things open and let that outside world come rushing in and fill that space. And that it is weird and funny and also touching, you know, and infuriating and terrifying and all these different things at once. So that's where the toys come from, is it's letting all that stuff in, and then our job, we were talking about this at dinner, is to just be as rigorous as we can about making it work.
By the chemtrails I see in the sky, I have investigated them on the internet. I have called my local representatives in the government, but no answer.
It's really exhausting because you're trying to listen so hard all the time, because if you're a free improviser, all my approach is all the information that I'm getting is from what I'm hearing, so I'm just feeding all the time, and I'm listening and listening and listening and trying to hear what the piece wants, which is usually, it's like an ecosystem, that it wants something and it might not be what I want for it, but I have to honour what it needs and try and not stand in its way. So it's a very different way of performing, but it's really, really fun and really sort of energizing. We've all these different types of music and we're just drawing on them, you know, so there's a lot of quotations the whole of the way through, but not in a sort of a postmodernist way that aren't we being arch and funny. It's more sort of like saying this is the world we live in, you know, that this is I watched a lot of YouTube videos of drunk people singing, you know, and I always record drunk singing on the tube and on the bus and stuff like that, because I think dancing, I think everybody says they can't dance and everybody says they can't sing, but once they have a few beers in them, everybody wants to dance and sing.
It wasn't a very classical piece. It was very experimental, but there were pop you know, there were all sorts of different influences came into it. So it was very, very eclectic. It's amazing.